Voting technology, optical mark readers, your paper ballots. The paper ballots that go to a computer system somewhere, and I say system because it is an integrated system with layers of processes and software and controls that have been well studied and people know how it works. But here is the challenge. Here's the basic, simple thought of optical mark reading. Okay, you have a big piece of paper and you take something and you make a dot on that piece of paper. That's the first challenge, is recognizing it's a dot. It's something different than the background. So the scanner, that scanning technology, that particle recognizing optical scanner that looks at the piece of paper, has to have enough definition and clarity to see the dot. So now you have three dots, but they're very close together. If you zoom out, if you have glasses on or forget your glasses, it looks like one dot. So now I have got to be able to pick out three dots versus one dot. But I have to know that one dot is at least this big, or maybe that small, because one person colored the dot as a circle and another person just put a dot on the piece of paper. So this is the first piece of a recognition software saying, is there something different there? But the hardware and the software have to even be able to recognize there's something different, right? Because the characters you type on your computer and print out on a piece of paper or you see on a screen, each one of those is a pixel with, let's call it an RGB color tone or a Pantone color tone. It's got a number associated with it at the pixel level. But when you color in on a piece of paper, you've colored in a 60 pixel area. So you're doing color discrimination across a pixel area because one person uses a blue pen and another uses a black pen and another uses a pencil. And another had grease on his fingers, so he smeared something on the piece of paper. So now you get into your recognizing characters. Are they the right characters? When you circle something, when you fill in a circle in the box is one set of characters to look for. My recognition software can recognize the box around the dots and say there should be four dots in there, or there should be four. So you can get very complex in your analytics looking at, am I looking at the right thing? Have I got the right color pen? So out of that process, if you process, for conversation, you process 1,200 papers a day, 5 or 6 days, no, a shift, I'm sorry, 5 or 6 days a week, what is your error rate on those forms? Because that's impacting the quality of the information you're getting. Does your OMR scanner throw away a whole page, or does it just throw away a bad data area? Those are decisions you make in software written. How much error checking, error creation is there? So on the machine that actually does the scanning, the evaluation is done in that stream very fast. And if there's an error, any problem, that one paper, that one page, or maybe 3 pages for a voting form gets set aside and evaluated by a person. These are all part of processes. I mentioned ISO before, ISO, International Standards Organization. The technology fits under those guidelines and rules. And in those rules are all of these details I've spoken to. In the contracts for the maintenance and the software applications is where some of these details need to be. This is requirements gathering. What should this system do and how good should it be for us to trust it? So OMR scanning, I've written software at all levels of it. I've messed with the hardware some time ago, but it hasn't changed. It's only gotten better because that's how it works. We went from recognizing dots on a sheet of paper to recognizing handwritten characters on a sheet of paper. So yes, you can take a written page now and scan it and have it converted into text. Will it make perfect sense? Well, it depends on how good the artificial intelligence behind it is. So, little complexity of reading marks on paper. Imagine reading a painting. We read paintings now. We can look at the elements on Van Gogh's paintings to decide where the paint came from, how it was made, because this is something we do. And I'm speaking to, 20 years ago, professional experience. So there it is. There's folks that know, there's folks that understand. Would you see this in the media? Maybe not. You have now.